Let's uncover the story of Hell Hollow in Voluntown, Connecticut, a desolate, swampy area in the Pachaug State Forest that has long been a hotspot for eerie legends and unexplained events. Located in the quiet corner of the state, this 500-acre stretch of boggy land, riddled with sinkholes and dense woods, has drawn attention since the 19th century for tales of strange lights, ghostly figures, and a sense of dread that lingers among visitors. Named for its hellish terrain, muddy quagmires that swallow footsteps, and a reputation for bad luck, Hell Hollow stands as a reminder of New England's wild, untamed past. What makes this place so unsettling, and why do stories of the supernatural persist? Let's follow the path through its history and mysteries. Hell Hollow's origins tie to Voluntown's settlement in the 1700s, when colonists cleared land for farms and mills along the Pachaug River. The area, part of the 3,000-acre Pachaug State Forest, was left largely untouched due to its treacherous ground, sinkholes up to 20 feet deep, quicksand-like mud, and thick underbrush that made it impassable. By the 1800s, it became known as Hell Hollow for the dangers it posed to travelers and livestock, with reports of horses vanishing into the bog and hunters losing their way. The name stuck, evoking a place where the devil himself might roam, and locals avoided it after dark. The hollow's isolation, surrounded by the Connecticut River and state forest, added to its aura, turning it into a canvas for folklore that has endured for generations. The legends began with practical perils, but grew into something more sinister. In the 1850s, a farmer named Elias Brown claimed his dog was pulled into a sinkhole by an unseen force, its barks fading into silence. Similar stories surfaced of children wandering too close and disappearing, their cries echoing from the mud. By the early 1900s, tales shifted to supernatural elements, glowing orbs hovering over the swamp, often described as will-o'-the-wisps leading travelers astray. One account from 1923 involves a pair of hunters who saw a light bobbing ahead, following it until dawn only to find themselves back at the trailhead, exhausted and empty-handed. These orbs, reported by multiple witnesses, were said to guard the hollow's secrets, vanishing when approached. The most chilling incident occurred in 1949, when a young woman named Ruth Harlan vanished while picking berries near Hell Hollow. Search parties combed the area for days, finding only her basket overturned at the edge of a sinkhole. Her body was never recovered, and locals whispered of a spirit dragging her into the mud. The case remains unsolved, with state police records noting the hollow's difficult terrain as a factor. In the 1960s, a group of teenagers camping nearby reported hearing chants in an unknown language, accompanied by the sound of splashing from the bog. They fled, leaving behind a camera that captured blurry lights in the dark. These events, shared in Voluntown's community meetings, solidified Hell Hollow's reputation as a cursed spot. The hollow's physical features contribute to its mystique. Sinkholes, formed by underground streams, create deceptive pools of mud that can trap the unwary, with depths reaching 20 feet in places. The swamp is crisscrossed by boardwalks and trails, but many areas remain off-limits due to instability. Dense cedar and hemlock trees block sunlight, casting perpetual shadows, while the Pachaug River's tributaries add to the labyrinthine layout. Artifacts from the 1800s, rusted tools, broken wagon wheels, emerge from the bog after rains, hinting at forgotten tragedies. The area's silence, broken only by the croak of frogs or distant highway hum, amplifies the unease, making every step feel watched. Sightings continued into the late 20th century. In 1978, a hiker named David Langford reported seeing a tall, cloaked figure standing motionless at the hollow's edge, vanishing when he called out. In 1995, a pair of birdwatchers heard whispers in the woods, like a conversation in an old dialect, but found no one. A 2012 incident involved a family picnic disrupted by a sudden fog bank that rolled in from the swamp, accompanied by a low growl. They left shaken, with one child claiming to see glowing eyes in the mist. These accounts, documented in local newsletters and state forest logs, keep the legends fresh, turning Hell Hollow into a place where history and the unknown intersect. Investigating the hollow's mysteries is challenging. The Pachaug State Forest, managed by the Connecticut Department of Energy and Environmental Protection, restricts off-trail access due to safety concerns, with fines for trespassing. Historical records from Voluntown's town clerk are limited, many lost to a 1905 fire, leaving gaps in early settler stories. Artifacts like the 1949 basket are preserved in the Griswold Historical Society, but sinkholes shift, burying evidence. A 1980s geological survey noted the area's karst formations, caves and sinkholes formed by dissolving limestone, but offered no explanation for the lights or sounds. The hollow's density and seasonal flooding make exploration risky, and locals advise sticking to marked paths. Theories about Hell Hollow's phenomena are grounded but intriguing. The orbs could be methane gas igniting from decaying vegetation, a natural occurrence in bogs. The whispers and growls might stem from wind through trees or animal calls, distorted by the terrain. The 1949 disappearance likely resulted from a sinkhole accident, with the basket's location supporting this. Some see the legends as cautionary tales to keep children away from dangers, while others point to Native American lore of spirits guarding sacred land, though no specific Pequot or Mohegan stories tie directly to the hollow. The area's isolation, combined with its history of accidents, creates a self-perpetuating myth, where every unexplained noise becomes part of the legend. Hell Hollow's story endures as Connecticut's enigmatic swamp, a place where the line between natural peril and the unknown blurs. The Pachaug Forest's trails lead to its edge, where sinkholes yawn like mouths and the river murmurs secrets. A rusted tool emerging from the mud, a faint light in the distance. These fragments hint at a past that refuses to stay buried. The hollow's silence, broken by the occasional croak or splash, makes every visit feel like a brush with something unseen. Is it just a dangerous bog, or does it hold deeper mysteries? The absence of answers, rooted in the land's wild nature, ensures Hell Hollow remains a captivating puzzle, its secrets forever tangled in the underbrush.